You are a very large man. Keep fighting a good fight.
What is good, fellas, and welcome to Strivelock 2. Gonna be hyped to see Snifoudou with the Giovanna, I hope I'm saying that right, up against Kero, who made top 8 last time. So we got one new face up against a previous top 8er. And looking here, Kero is going with the chip lifesteal build we saw last time, so sticking with that. Up against the Giovanna build of positive bonus and longer poison. Now I talked about this. Poison on Giovanna is super strong as she has many multi-hits to make the combo last longer and build up poison. Quite a smart build for sure. Yeah, the damage stat is insanely high on Giovanna as well. As you see, burst and tension are at 2, but damage is at 3, so if she hits, it's a truck. However, gave up defense for that, and that's what Kero is going to try play into, having the defense and the lifesteal as we're seeing. Oh my god, but yeah, poison Geo. Such a strong build. Jumps in, sides back up, anti-air. Very offensive, a good 6p to deny. A little bit of healing off that, but unfortunately not going to get the kill. Poison doing its work. Yes, we have new visuals. As you see, it's pure deadlock themes. I try to get the fun and everything, however it was a bit rough, I'll say that. Oh my god, poison Geo hits like a truck. Kero does have lifesteal to counteract that, so, you know, land a hit, land a normal, you can make a comeback. If I get to that point, it's a little difficult against Giovanna. But we're already seeing it pay off dividends, getting a little bit of healing and chip damage, but the back throw. And throw also applies poison. Scary stuff. Long throw animations will lead to a lot of poison damage. And Snifoudou, hope I'm saying that right, up 1-0. Alright, Snifoudou looking pretty solid with the Giovanna. Continuing to put on the offense, but right back at you, Kero already getting started. However, there's one major problem with Kero's build, is that if Kero gets the hit on the round start, the lifesteal doesn't matter. The only way to capitalize on lifesteal is to lose health, and that's one of the big problems with the build, is that you may not see the rewards that you're putting in, but look at the damage from Snifoudou. Actually has a team of free combo. Ay ay ay, that's a lot of damage. Oh, good challenge to the 2k2d. Right side, hey, chip damage, going low, catches with the Grave Reaper. Chip putting you near death, however Snifoudou going for the burst, sends it, tries to play it cool, avoid with the left side, and nice with the 6p, beautifully done. Again, even though we're playing a little bit of a build-based skeleton gear, you're still playing a fighting game. You gotta be smart about where you place your tools. Can't just go. Ooh, counter hit, and that's poison. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, poison really does add up. Thankfully, Snifoudou isn't running a meter build, so doesn't have to worry about super through the wall a ton. Really doesn't. However, still hits like a truck. Still hits like a goddamn truck. Oh, counter. Wait, Kero getting a lot off this. Opting go over it. Gets the counter at 6H, not enough to kill. The weird gravity picks it up so much you can't get low arbor. Wet on the air throw though, getting back so much life. However, this chip damage is doing so much wonders, and just like that, Crow kills in a scenario that wouldn't have killed. 1-1, we're tying it up. Alright, 1-1! Kero tying it up. We're already seeing that it's a bit of a back and forth, right? The specials do get more chip. That's strong, man. That's really strong. Wow. Yeah, we were just talking about like what happens if you include chip on special moves. They get increased. Does way more. And we just saw it there. Snifoudou took like 5% off of blocking a low arbor. However, poison Giovanna hits so damn hard. It gets combos that you wouldn't see normally. Ooh. Yeah, not gonna be deaf, but close enough. Jeez Louise. And we do have the longer positive bonus. In fact, no. Wait, no, yes, actually does. Yeah, that's scary, man. Look at that. Look how long it lasted. It's so much off of that. Ay, through the wall. Yeah, maybe you do need a potato. Maybe you do need. Oh, look, healing up that 6p. YRC. I'm gonna get the kill with the roundhouse there. Snifoudou taking the round. Oh hey, decent hits. Also, I did see Variety in the chat. Hope you're doing well. How you feeling about the deadlock patch, huh? Ban Yamato. That's all I'm saying. Ban Yamato. Oh, big fire slash confirm. Again, Giovanna gets a lot of damage in this mode. Combos get larger. And poison is ridiculous. Not gonna be able to kill off this, but my goodness, it should be good. What? That killed! Oh, what? 2-1 to Snifoudou. That super did so much. Alright, here we are. Could be the final game in the set. Snifoudou only needs one more to take this set. However, we're seeing Kero can make it very difficult. Very, very difficult to get going. Yeah, Yamato's definitely top one. Getty was playing Drifter yesterday. Yeah, Drifter's insane, bro. Like, look how much damage he's doing on my screen. Oh, that's Giovanna with poison. My bad. Broken. Okay. Oh wait, but the healing build coming into play. May be able to tank one small combo if Kero gets caught here. So this is a positive. Look at the chip. Look at the healing. Already stole the health advantage. Air throw. Oh my god. I think you killed there, but burst comes into play. Left side. We're chipping away. YRC. Wait, back it up. Oh, what an anti-air. No, that's a big combo star. However, drops it because of the weird gravity, but ain't gonna matter. Snifoudou on set point. He's so broken. Oy. Yeah. Deadlock seems very interesting on this patch. I don't think he addressed many of the issues, so I'm thinking about it. My mate was making that point to me. I'm like, yeah, Spirit's still insane. Debuffs are still insane. Oi, backing up. One area! Nice. Harbor side. Goes for a trade. Big trade! It just rips it again. However, counter at 5H is what you rip in a trade. And Giovanna, the damage queen she is in this mode, able to take the set 3-1. Well done, it's Snifoudou. Alright, heading into it. We got Karakoi up against RubyPrison. Elphelt with the lifesteal chip and passive healing build. Very defensive, resource-based build. Up against double air dash Axel. Very intriguing build here we got for Axel. Ooh. Oh, did I say chip? Poison build. Poison build for both sides. However, what's curious about Axel is why would you do a poison build on a character like Axel? You usually want poison for characters that have long hitting combos or long lasting animations. I can't think of where you'd want poison for Axel. I could be wrong on this. You're also not going to get the damage buff because you've also taken up double air dash, right? Or triple jumping, right? Which is great for the stalling. That makes sense for Axel. Having the triple jump sounds insane. So I'm curious to see where this build goes. But people do be just putting poison on everything. You're absolutely right, Vena. You're absolutely right. Poison is strong, but like I don't know if it's on this character. I don't know if it's like the correct play on someone like Axel. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I see it being great for Elphelt though. I do see that. Oh, 2k2d. However, because of the slow damage, yeah, just no. Oh, just getting a little bit of a kill there. I don't think Axel benefits from it. I really don't. I don't. Characters to do long-lasting combos or have long-lasting animations. Ooh. Okay, a little bit of delay from my side there. That weird. So yeah, characters that have long-lasting animations tend to benefit the most, right? Axel doesn't. Axel doesn't. Nice. Ooh. 2H. That's a counter at Bombo as well. RubyPrison should be able to get the advantage. RubyPrison's build just makes sense to me. Life Strike, you're always hitting. It makes sense. The only thing it doesn't is your projectile. And, you know, running poison on a character that has long combos and Rekkas, that also makes sense. It makes sense. Axel Winter Mantis combos are really slow? Maybe then. But, like, I don't know. I feel like you should just play super passive. Like, you make a passive build. If it ticks in with time stop. Oh, that's true, actually. That might be insane. Wait, when you want to run a resource build with Axel then? Maybe that's the play. That's the play, maybe. Yeah, let them cook. Yeah, perhaps. Again, it's all about experimenting, right? That's the fun of it. Experiment. Oh, what a jump in. Should be able to kill. Passive healing helped out to a better point, but RubyPrison going to go up 1-0 with a fairly consistent build with Karakoi. Definitely experimenting and has different builds in the bag, so we're about to find out and see what happens. Alright, Karakoi, swapping characters and swapping builds. We've got a poison, chip damage, which makes sense. Anji staggers like hell, makes a ton of sense. And a counter hit build, meaning anytime a counter hit is landed, it is high damage. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Anji's gonna hit like a truck and he will not give a F word up. Oh my god. Yeah, we're already seeing the Anji do bits. Yeah, strong build. Just an overall good to go build where it hits hard and just go, go, go. However, may need to be careful on the defensive side. Doesn't really have the resources to build up here like RubyPrison has. Definitely has more leeway to getting back health or meat. I mean, look at this. He went from, you know, like 20% down to a full health bar. That's where Ruby's at right now. Oh. Going overhead, gets the shot. Goes low, and that should do it. RubyPrison taking another round. Is it another game? But we'll find out. Yeah, against counter hit Anji? I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to fight that. Yeah, if Anji gets like one hit, it could be over for RubyPrison. But right now, RubyPrison is just continue that offense. Very well done. RubyPrison runs away with it, gets a perfect. Karakoi didn't really get to experiment with the Anji, so maybe we play another game where we go back to Axel. Who knows, but we know the Axel was doing better. We're heading back in. Not seeing a change to either builds. Well, of course, you can only change builds when you lose, right? Still sticking with the chip damage, poison, counter hit builds, right? Land the hit, you'll deal a ton. However, RubyPrison's build, it just seems to be good. I don't see any errors with it, and it just makes sense for someone like Elphelt. You land a lot of hits, so you know you get healed a lot. And then doing the poison, yeah, it's good, it's good. And passive healing, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with passive healing. Passive healing's passive healing. And RubyPrison running away with it. Karakoi about to be facing elimination on the loser's side. Has to lock in here. Chip belt coming into play. Look at that, so much damage off of Chip and Virgin offense. Oh my god, look at that. That's all Chip. That's Chip. Oh my god. 40% of your life gone through blocking. That is absurd. Yeah, you blocked the overhead. Yeah, good for you, buddy. Parry super. Wait, this is actually strong. Having poison and parry super. Actually, no, the poison doesn't go during it. Oh, interesting. Nice, sends you back. Goes overhead. And I think Ruby is about to win. Unfortunately, does get a 2k. Karakoi jumped about, try to play it cool. Good defense, but gets caught by the overhead. And RubyPrison will be taking that set 3-0, but we almost got to see how strong Anji can be. Here we go, lads. We're heading into Losers Top 8, which that is not updated. Let me fix that. Losers Top 8, we have a very interesting set here. Aero on the left. On the Sin, first time seeing the Sin here, so we got to see our first Sin and Axel in the series. And the build appears to be damage, longer positive bonus, and poison. So this is a pure damage based build up against Vena's, movement based health regen and burst regen build. So again, a very passive build we get to see from Vena. This is the way Vena likes to play the game. Hopefully this passiveness can work against the damage and the output, because I think when you're up against someone who's running raw damage, you want to run a character that can play defensive, right? Have a ton of defensive meat or passive stuff. But unfortunately it's not coming into fruition, as we're seeing damage Sin hits like a goddamn truck. Oh no. Alright, back into it. That game went by very quickly because the damage build is strong. And Vena, not opting to change the build, wants the movement-based passive build. However, I think you need to rearrange it. I understand the movement's fun. However, we need to make it so the so you've got like some good defense to make that damage not matter in my mind. Even it out a little bit, but I don't know. I'd probably get rid of the movement speed to keep the air dashes, but again, look at the damage! No OTG! No mana! Yeah, welcome to Strivelock, lads. Welcome to Strivelock. Oh, gets the JK. Goes for a challenge with the 2P. To be fair, that says on mana, we have 0 defense, no defensive modifiers, so the defense isn't good on Vena, right? If Vena gets hit with no mana, he won't look that good. So that is also another thing to think about. The throw damage will be high simply because of that. Good. Chases, get the JS, and just like that, Aero's up 2-0. I think Vena's going to have to think about the build because the movement's not coming into play. And Aero is one more game off, and we're seeing no change to the build. Vena still confident in the movement-based style. I mean, we saw it come into play right there. That was it. That was a good play of the movement Asuka. However, we gotta get as much as we can off this. On the positive, Aero has no way to recover health, right? So if you do deal damage to Aero, it's guaranteed damage. That is the positive for Vena. Does not have to worry about that. Nice. Projectile central. Left side. But I won't back down. Good punish. That'll do it. Yeah, really likes the build. Really, really likes the build. Backing up. Oi! Sends it. Holding the screen. We're seeing some good items come into play. These are some really, really good cards. And it's given Aero some difficulty. However, look at the damage. It's very pitiful from the side of Vena because Vena has sacrificed that part of his build, right? Damage isn't high. However, can play to the timer with this health lead. Can certainly do that. That's what I'm talking about. That's movement Asuka right there. No! Movement Asuka! What? Like, we talking about Aero being insane? How do you chase him? Vena, taking the game. 2-1. Alright, will it work out? Vena needs to take 2 games where Aero's damage build is starting to fall off a little bit. However, through getting hits and breaking mana, that's with mana. Jesus. Look at the damage with mana. With mana. I don't think you realize on someone like Sol Bad Guy, that was like 60%. Like, that was a lot of damage Vena just took. Oh. Overhead into RC. Yeah, that's death. And Aero. She's on set point. Only needs another round to take the set. Good jump back. Beautiful 2D. Keep the staggers going. Decides to jump back. Play it cool. Teleporting around. Ain't nobody's fool. Ha! Oh, close slash on here. Very nice. I see the brackets messing up. I'll fix that. I'll fix that. Don't worry. There you go. Sends the super. Denies any of the approach. Gets a teleport. We're punishing the 6P right in front of your face. This is why movement Asuka is insane. Vena's the only one that can pull this off. I'm telling you. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, missed the combo. Playing cool. Has to worry about the 2 bars of meter and just sends the burst. Not a bad idea. Able to hold that screen space. Needs one more hit. However, if you really think about it, Vena's also near death's door. Cannot get caught. The mana might keep you alive. No, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Even with the healing. Oh my goodness. Exodia obliterate is the best way to put it. Hiwill. Aero. She takes a set. 3-1. Here we go! We got a first for 2 players here. Nessie on the right. Fantastic Slayer. Can't wait to see how this build's going to play out. Up against Hiwill on the Bedman. Hiwill joined for the actual VOD, by the way. So awesome to see that. And we're seeing a build of counter hit and air movement on Bedman with poison and passive health. So that's insanely good for a big body. Up against Nessie's counter hit. Oh, of course it's counter hit. Poison build, which I don't know if that's a play for Slayer. and life strike. So gonna be healing per hit. Very strong. Very, very strong. But we're seeing that the Bedman build is actually coming into fruition. My goodness. The Bedman build does look quite strong, if I'm honest. Having air movement on Bedman, who's already got some of the better air buttons in the game, mixed in with having counter hit damage and poison on multi-hits, is very strong. Very, very strong. I think a lot of this build makes sense, and of course when you're playing a big body, having more health, you can't go wrong with that. So the passive health regen also makes a ton of sense. Everything about Hiwill's build just synchronizes well, and I like that. I have seen Bedman chip. I have seen that. It's insane. But we're not going for that, which I find interesting. Oh. Nessie gonna have to try to escape the corner. 2H isn't really doing anything up against Bedman's distance game plan. But we're just going for it. Good knockdown. Head bomb. Jumps in. And just kind of running normal Bedman stuff right now. Nothing too insane. Nothing to do with the movement. But gets a whip punish with the poison. And that's going to be a 1-0 to Hiwill. Alright, here we go. Running it back. No build changes from what I'm seeing. Still sticking with the counter hit on both sides. But of course, life strike up against passive health and the air movement. Boy. Oh, good challenge in 2K. However, still stuck in the corner. Gets out with the map punch. Able to go to town. Now, life strike makes a ton of sense on Slayer. Unfortunately, missed the Kero command grab. No chump for you. Good blocks. However, gets opened up. The defense is looking mighty clean. But it is Bedman. Again, the air movement is insane on Bedman, allowing for so much freeform offense. Oh my god. Yeah, one unfortunate thing about Nessie's build so far is, of course, we're running counter hit, which, yeah, I was about to say, makes a ton of sense on Slayer. A lot of your offense tends to come from staggers rather than high lows, so you do get counter hits a lot. However, it hasn't been seeing many. If we could get some more counter hits, I bet this build would be insane. Like, we're already seeing high damage. Imagine the damage being enhanced by a counter hit here. It'd be like 60 to maybe 70%. Very high. Absurdly high. Oh, wait, we're seeing it! Wait, no, reset. Never mind. Not using the meat. Oh, we got the side swap pile bunkers. And that is why you should fear Slayer in this game mode. 1-1. Alright, here we go. Tied up 1-1. Both builds have been coming into fruition so far, so it's all about trying to continue the pace for either side. And it's looking like a struggle. After the first 10 seconds, nobody really gets anything too big, but we're getting a turn here. For Nessie, trying to run away if it gets the knockdown, right side, but nothing of it. Goes for the burst, not a bad idea. Very aggressive burst, lets you keep the corner. Oi, down to earth. Missed the command grab, but ain't gonna matter. 2H into the pile bunker, leading to a solid chunk of change. But good denial with the far slash. No meter, meaning Slayer has to genuinely RPS in that round start. That allowed Hiwill to challenge it, and we're seeing so much that Hiwill can get off. This time we go through the wall. Missed the super up, but ain't gonna matter. Reset, reset, baby. That's it. It's always a reset. Oi. YRC. Whoa, went left side. You're in the corner, but a good challenge with this XP. Again, this round has been very neck and neck, down to the wire. Look at the health. Back throw. Not enough to kill. Oh, deflect. Oh my goodness. Whoa, the shimmy, yeah. Beautifully done. Using the backdash, going in with the hands of doom. Showing you what you got. And now Nessie needs to try and run away with the offense here. Needs to get a counter hit of some sort so the build can come into play, because it's just been hit here and there, but nothing insanely of it. Good jump outs though from Hiwill. Gets counter hit though. We're going to see the build come into play. Look at the damage. Look at that. That's no meter. That's a lot of damage. Aye. Nessie. Building up momentum to take the game. 2-1. Needs one more to go. Here we go. One more to go. We were talking about this. What's everybody's favorite item to run? For me, Zerdash. Potemkin. Super fun. For your red shine here, it's the poison banana. Hope I'm saying that name right. And for wire cutters, it's the little slime. Yeah, the images are pretty cool, of course, with the tools and all that. Very strong, but Nessie, my goodness, running away with it. Slowly drains my health, but good meter and burst gain. That's insane. Oh, and because you're losing health, it gives you even more burst and meter gain, right? That's wild. Ooh. Yeah, that's like a do or die build, that, isn't it? The Basilisk poison, I get freestyle and somehow do 70%. That makes sense. Yes, Snifoudou's of course picking the poison on Giovanna, because it makes sense. It plays the Giovanna's build super strong, right? Your combos already last long and already have multi-hits. Just makes sense. And you just F with slimes, makes sense. No, I can't! So instead of Chumaki, do we call him Chudmaki? No, that's dead! And Nessie running the offensive Slayer, just counter hit central. We'll be taking the set free. Alright, next big set's gonna be an interesting one. Of course, we've got the damage sin, hits like a truck, does not give a, you know, an uck. Up against Kero with the lifesteal chip testament. I'm very curious about how this is gonna play. Very curious. I threw my deadlock matches, I threw my GGST game. Yeah, sorry, Hidden King. I didn't read it. Of course, one thing that is super strong about Kero's build is that you do have to block a lot of Testament's tools from afar, so chip is always coming into play. However, lifesteal is a little bit of a risky one to run against someone like Sin. Getting there and actually getting to run it is a different matter, right? Trying to heal off of hits. It's scary compared to passive healing where it's just guaranteed. But you do get more. That is the positive. You do get more health if you hit. Just keep hitting. Oh, a big counter hit. Speaking of the devil, look at this. Again, a lot of damage being dealt with a decent bit of health healed. We went from about 50% to 60%. However, right back at you. Aero getting a full bombo. And that is one positive that you don't have to worry about when it comes to fighting Aero. Is that any damage you do, it's guaranteed. She has no way of healing unless it's with the items, which, who's doing that, right? But Kero, down one, maybe needs time to adapt to such a damage-based character. Alright, here we go! Aero up 1-0 with the damage build already doing the work that needs to be done. But Kero sending you back, holding the screen space, chipping away. Even more meter might be a strong build, honestly. I mean, it worked for Sun. Sun won a tournament with it. Oh, wow. Poison and damage is very strong. I think it depends on the character, though. I'm still on that, like, that stand, if you will. That, like, maybe some characters don't need poison, you know? Like, does Sin need poison? I don't know. I don't see it. Ooh. Kero striking back, taking their first round with the Testament. Hopefully this can continue up. Good teleport. That's another thing you got to worry about Testament. The movement is fairly good. Better than your average character. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's the other thing about this Testament build you don't think about. The damage is high. It's very damaging every time they get a hit. Ooh. For the wall. Compare that to Sin though. Loadout pipes. Oh my god. What, did I just do like a man versus machine? Oh wow! Beautifully done for Kero taking the first game. But did I do it like a man versus machine and just become the team of free content creator? That'd be fun. Alright, here we go, we're back to it. Kero taking a game, and we're seeing, again, Testament with this build does hit hard, right? You can't take any bit of damage that Testament gets for granted, right? And there's also the fact that Aero has no defense in the build whatsoever, so Testament's damage hits higher than usual. So, a little bit of patience might be needed for Aero from time to time. Look at this! Again, this is a low damage character. Testament doesn't get this damage normally. Oh, what? 2k! Into the super. Wow. Yeah, Aero's starting to see what it's like to fight a demon like Kero. The chip, lifesteal, kinda strong. Oh, gets opened up by a throw. Goes for the overhead. Damage Shen for a reason. And then there's the positive bonus kicking into a higher effect. Will last way longer than usual. Good air throw. Yeah, honestly, I do like Son's build the more I think about it. Like, positive bonus lasting longer, passive meter regen. That just sounds good. But we were talking about the poison banana earlier, which lowers your health slowly but surely throughout the set. However, your tension and burst rises throughout the set by a good chunk. And look at that damage, my goodness. 2K2D, holding the ground. Gets the throw! Oh, try anti-air, but the jump in. Through the wall. Asuka. Oh, Wabby! What's this me? Try hold the ground. Kero dancing on death, but unfortunately, Aero with the movement, able to call it the teleport, goes up to 1. Damage Shen. Don't turn your back. Alright, here we go! Final game. Well, potentially final game. Aero only needs one more, but Kero, don't count them out. The investment has been paying off to a pretty good extent. However, Aero already running the offense. Good challenge for the 2K though. Good challenge. Denying that offensive given the start. And a lot of chip is happening every time these Arbiter signs come into play. My goodness. You almost need to avoid them. You can't block high or low. Wait, could go for a chip scenario? Oh, DP! Wait, that's why Aero isn't making a defensive build, because she doesn't need to worry about it. She has a DP. She already has a defense built into the kit where you just wait and see. Good 2H. Full combo. Taking it to the wall. The poison really paying off here. Getting a lot off of it. Denied the airspace with the Grave Reaper. And now Kero looking for an escape, but not going to happen. Backdash into the close slash counter hit, and that's death. Look at that. Oi, oi, oi. Solid chunk of change. It just last set point. 1 round to go. Stole my build bar for bar. Kinda, yeah, that is your build. To be fair, I think Gecko Squirrel ran that build on Giovanna. Teen Titans Go movie on lip. Oh, is that one where it's like my movie? Oh, he's dead. Ah, Aero takes a set 3-1. Damage Shen. Just hitting like a truck. Oh my goodness. No spirit, no greens. Just hit. Alright, last set of losers top 6. We've got Karakoi on the left with the Leo White Fang. Interesting build, we'll get into that. Up against Nessie with the same build we saw earlier. And the interesting thing about the Leo, of course this is a Karakoi's main, but back turn chip damage is a scary thought that I'm just thinking about. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the main point of this build is, of course, you're getting an overall buff with giant power, and then you get the passive healing, can't go wrong, and then you get healing on hits, which Leo can land a lot of hits in the set. Makes sense. However, chip damage, it makes the stagger scary, because all of a sudden these back turn normals that you can just kind of ignore and block out till you wait for the overhead, you can't do that anymore, because he'll chip you out. Yeah, scary build. Scary build. I don't think I'd want to fight this Leo now that I'm thinking about it. This is probably the scariest build in the entire thing. No, right side. Overhead for the kill. Karakoi up 1-0. And yeah, no, that is... I don't know how I feel about that. Disgusting build. Disgusting build we got to see from Karakoi. And it makes sense. Up against, you know, of course, Nessie's build of the life strike and the counter hits. So Nessie's aiming more for hitting, where Karakoi is aiming for longevity and pressure is the best way to put it. Wants you to play into blocking and think about the options that'll be made. And if they do get hit, if Karakoi does get hit, does get rewarded, look, gets healed off of it. Not only do you have passive healing, you get healing on hit. So killing this Leo is going to be scary, and defending against them is scary. However, getting hit isn't too scary. Like, if you get hit by anything too insane, like left, right, you're not going to take a ton of damage. However, the sustainability is high. This is Abrams Leo White thing we're looking at. We got Siphon Life, that's the chip. We got the Life Strike, because of course you gotta buy it, and then the Passive Healing, which is the free. That's Abrams. That's Abrams right there. No, left side! The trade! Oh, what, 2H though. Wait, comeback scenario for Nessie. But has to try and do something with it, gets a counter hit. Oh, denial. In the back turn. Yeah, Karakoi going up 2-0, and I do believe this is the most evil build of today. No idea it's going to play out. Nessie with the Axle could change the pace here. We do see chip damage, of course, poison, which, whatever. And appears to be some type of, obviously going for the double movement, and some type of health buff, I believe. Don't know if it's passive regen or something like that, but definitely some sort of health buff. Boy. Right side. Okay. Okay. Okay, time stop. Okay, poison does not affect time stop. We're seeing that now. Yeah, the pressure's being put on despite the fact that you can play the spacing game. You can't let Leo get in, because all of a sudden he starts healing and you start losing your health. Oh my god, what a scary build! Yeah, Nessie, despite having a really good start, is realizing the problem with this build. It's, again, the sustainability. It's very hard to kill. Oh, what a hit! Back turn. Through the wall? No, decides to reset. Probably wanted a parry if I had to guess. Nice. Keeping it eBay. Does have a bar meter to work with. Could rep a time stop combo anytime. Oi! Glory to the Hidden King. Yes. Oh! What? Go slash! That's gonna be death. Yeah. Karakoi. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be running Leo for the rest of this bracket. That's insane. 3-0. Wow.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, I'm back. Desperately needed the toilet. Just been down in water. We're already seeing that the scoreboard is not updated. There we go, fixed it. Yeah, no, interesting set we've got coming up. Of course, Snifoudou with the damaged Giovanna build with the aim to hurt you over time. Against the life sustain build that we're seeing here with RubyPrison. Same thing we saw earlier. Except replace the chip with the poison. And you get a recipe for disaster, because keep in mind, Elphelt hits more than she is blocked. So, very well done for Ruby, go up 1-0, just showed up to the chaos. Alright, here we go, back to it! Again, super cool builds we got to see in these two playing against each other. Damaged Giovanna isn't really coming into play against this sustained Elphelt, if you will. What a bait. Yeah, gonna go through the wall for this. Oh, missed the timing up! Yeah, Giovanna's, they need to get used to the gravity. Watch up the combo again! Oh, good jump in. Beautifully done. Snifoudou taking the first round. Oh, missed the 6p, very unfortunate. Goes for the 2S, big combo. Aye, look at this damage! This is the scary thing about Giovanna in this belt. The damage is high! Yeah, gravity would mess up a lot of Giovanna stuff, but you also gain access to bigger combos. So that's the trade-off. but Snifoudou takes a game as quickly as RubyPrison did. Alright, here we go, back to Snifoudou. Up to a good start, but denied with a 6p from RubyPrison, who's getting a lot of health back after that interaction. It's almost as if the start of the round didn't happen. Look at that! Look at that! RubyPrison's back to max HP! And then so much damage right back! Oh my goodness! What was that jump? Yeah, you put it best, IML. My goodness. Oh dude, I'd love to see your testament in this, IML. That's all I'm saying. I would love to see your testament in this. Oh, going low. Goes for the gunshot, gets the hit. Left side. Yeah, lifesteal is cooked. It's really good for the characters that need it. That's for sure. Either characters that have big combos or hit often. It makes so much sense. It makes so much damn sense. RubyPrison staggering away, just needs one big combo and is gonna do it. 2-0. Snifoudou facing loser side. Alright, here we go. RubyPrison only needs one more. We're seeing, again, a very, very consistent build. Cannot go wrong. I cannot wait to get the thumbnail with, like, Lifestrike. Lifestrike, Elphelt, and then whoever else on the left. I'm thinking Leo. Of course they didn't fight each other. But, like, that build on Leo was insane. The chip damage? Don't know how I feel about that one. Again, Leo looked like Abrams in this. I'm not even gonna lie. He looked exactly like Abrams. Like, chipping, getting health back. It was insane. But Snifoudou, my goodness, striking back. Killer around with the aggression. Left side. Hey, sends you back. Going low. Reset to the throw, but doesn't get it. Back throw. Snifoudou has the corner, and again with damaged Geo, you don't want to be there. Has to escape the corner and able to replenish some of the health from that throw. It's almost as if the throw didn't happen. Again, we're seeing the dividends pay off. There's so much reward from this build. I'm not. Goes for gunshot. No anti-air. Gonna jump in. Again, so much reward off this. Again, damaged Geo is one of the more harder hitting characters with poison. Getting 50%, maybe even 60%. Yeah, certainly gotta do it. Even against health sustain. Against the health regen. So much damage. Insanity. Nice. Able connects with the low. Getting a lot of damage off, right? Despite taking so much damage. Healed it back. Tied us back. Neck and neck. Do keep in mind, set point no. RubyPrison. Does he get this next interaction? But Snifoudou's doing everything that he can to try and deny it. Uses the super, and this is damaged Geo, so it's gonna kill probably. Yeah! Damaged Geo super does way more with the build. 2-2. Here we go. 2-2. Oh, guess against here. Alright, awesome. Yeah, tell me the build. I'll read it in a moment. Don't worry about it. But both players playing very well. The builds, again, have been very well designed to characters and playstyles. But Snifoudou facing defeat fairly soon. Nice. Okay, set point RubyPrison. Can't they cash out? I don't know. I don't know if she can do it. Because again, Snifoudou's not made it easy. Snifoudou is not made it easy. Oi, for the wall. Ooh. Yeah, no, she's in a bit of a rough predicament. A lot of damage taken, gets the JH. Giovanna, 2 touches you in this game mode. Look at the damage. 2 touches. You died. And just like that, final game, final round. RubyPrison, Snifoudou. Who takes it? I don't know, man. I don't know. I did put winners finals. Damn. Oh well, that's what it is, isn't it? Nice. Keep the pressure on. Gets the counter out in the 6p. Should be able to get a lot of this through the wall. Hey! Look at that bomb jacket. Poison applied. Goes overhead and catches with the low. Oh no. RubyPrison will be heading to grand finals as Snifoudou has to fight out a loser side. Karakoi, seeming like a character specialist at this point, has so many characters in the bag. Up against Aero that's running the damage build with no defense, so get hit once it is death. But Karakoi running a very overall build, I would say. It does have some defense, does have some offense, but it's mostly chip and poison and positive bonus, so pretty good Pretty good. Oh my goodness. But Aero already off to the races. Again, a damage belt means it hits hard. That's what that means. Nice. Keeping it at bay. Now with the chip bonus, you only get more chip damage if it is a non-projectile. So it kinda sucks whenever you do the zoning game plan of Bedman, which isn't really zoning, it's more like interruptions, right? You're aiming to stop approaches or something like that. But it's interesting. It's very, very interesting to run chip on Bedman because when you do offense, high, low, whatever, you'll get a lot more damage. However, if you're shooting projectiles, you're not going to see that part of your build come into play. Oh, good JP. Oh, yeah, good DP. And we're seeing the Aero's defense being low is mattering, right? Because we got hit by a really small combo there. 30%. 30% taken from Bedman, who doesn't really hit that hard unless it's a counter hit. Karakoi opting to go back on the Axle. This is the main, right? So curious to see how it plays out. Again, we're rocking movement, defensive base, chip, poison, Axle. Again, big fan of the chip and poison. Makes sense with the chip that bad delay on our side, the spectators. From what we're seeing, I think we're good to go though. So yeah, very interesting build because you do have to keep in mind with the lack of defense on Aero's side, hitting means you hit hard. So if Karakoi is able to do just that, build's gonna be good. Oh, what jumping. Nice. Getting a lot off this. Again, damage then. No sustainability whatsoever, just damage. Boy. Yeah, that should do it. Beautifully done. My man's like running crippling headshot, man, I'm telling you. It's so much damage. Good 6p. Look at that, this is a 6p combo. That did so much. Good denial there. But no, gets GGST in. Aero getting so much off of it. I'm surprised they went for a super, but I bet she's like, oh yeah, I'm running damage spell. Send it. What's the worst that can happen? I just like that. 2-0 to Aero. Karakoi gonna have to reassess the play here. Axel was not it. Alright, back into it. Aero only needs one more. We've decided to go to the Anji, which is very difficult for some of these characters like Sin, who's fairly simple to play, and then spinning in normals. Very strong. We are rocking the same build as the previous one, of course. A little bit of sustain and the air mobility. But it's not working out just yet. I don't know why you'd run double air dashing or triple jumping on Anji, if I'm honest. It seems like an odd decision. It really does. Like, in a situation where you land that, you could play that. Aye. Firefly? Baited? Oh, okay, Karakoi getting this first round. Again, not with a build I think plays well into Anji, but you know, poison's poison. And how did the Barrage go, Variety? Tell me about it, tell me about it. Nice. Baited EP! Aye. So much damage though, and again, it's because of the low defense. Because this Anji build has no offense. I want you to keep that in mind. It has no offense. The only thing it has is poison. That's it. That's the only thing we've got. And because of the low defense, Aero is facing every pocket of damage. Woo! Parry super! Super active. Send it. Karakoi taking his first game 2-1. With Karakoi's first game in the bag, maybe it is the turnaround. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not going to be easy. As we continue on, Karakoi only needs to win 2 more. Does 2k damage. Gen Mark. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah, damage Sin. Yeah, Aero, she's striking hard. Good 6H. Going low, chipping away. Again, this is a scary thing about Fusion offense. You can't really afford to block it now. The chip damage is high, but the OTG damage is higher. Karakoi, base and set point could be eliminated in top 4. Hopefully not. I want to see more of the Anji. Good DP. What backdash? Good denial of the 2k. Not letting that spin go to waste. Oh, catching the backdash! Through the wall with the super, and look at the damage! Sin! My goodness! Hey, Variety, how would you describe damage Sin? What item would you use from Deadlock? But 3-1. Ay, Karakoi. Unfortunately knocked out, but damage Sin. Glass cannon though. But here we go. Losers finals! Gonna be an exciting set for sure. And I'm very curious to see how it's gonna play out. Of course, it is damaged Giovanna with the focus of landing long hitting combos. In fact, these are same builds. These are the exact same builds. Alright, here we go. Damage. That's all that's on the board. That's all that matters. It's all about hitting hard. Who can hit harder? That's what it's about. Who can hit harder? And Aero's doing that so far. Some characters grind my gears. Fair enough. Hollow point damage is crazy. It is, but like, the symbol of hollow point doesn't look that cool to me. Whereas something like glass cannon, I think that sells it. But I don't know. Yeah, this mode is fun. It's different. Again, it's very different. Oh, good air tech. Oh my god, dude, damage Sin getting turned into an absolute mush. Mush, look at that. Look at that, 70%. Again, this is the thing that both players have decided. They were like, screw defense, we're going to hit hard. And because of that, both of them look like Potemkin versus Chip. Insanely high damage, but 1-0 Aero. Alright, 1-0 Aero. This is a very scary game. I would call this set Samurai Showdown. This set is Samurai Showdown. Either player can hit absurdly hard. It's about getting there though. And we're seeing Snifoudou do that right from the get-go. Looking like a free touch game. Wait. Oh, with the 5p. Again, with a 5p anti-air, this is the damage that Snifoudou's doing. Insanely high. Insanely high. Big throw. Oh, big DP though, denying that. Goes for the throw, has the corner unlocked, goes for throw again. Throw's dealing a solid chunk of change, not looking like your dad's Street Fighter throws. Very hard hitting, able to get the whiff punish into the hit, getting the kill. Aero about to go up 2-0 if this continues, however, has to play against the burst advantage. Snifoudou does have a massive chance, but has to use that burst soon. Cannot go through the wall. Up against damage Sin. You cannot afford that. Oh, hey, big DP. Good defense. Oh no. Aye. Jumps in, backs up, back in. Good block on the DP, and that should be death unless burst comes into play. What? Oh, that actually gets out. Try hold the space. Keep in mind, both of them are doing damage builds, so yeah, dude. Even though Snifoudou's on like 40%, it doesn't matter. Aero steals the win with a well-placed burst. 2-0. Aero up 2-0, only needs one more to go. Is this the Terrapins? No, that's the crappy fire. Alright, awesome. Nice. Keep the pressure on. Oh, gets a hit. Saying it back up, play it cool. Nice. Staggering away. Snifoudou try and get the hit, but Aero denies. Not looking easy for either player. Yeah. This is what this is what I want to show, right? Oh wait, it's messing up. There we go. Okay, this is the build that Snifoudou posted, by the way. This is it right here. He posted this. It's the forbidden one. Very funny. However, Snifoudou's on the headset point. Not funny at all. And Aero is looking at going through it with damage sin. You gotta stop this momentum, Snifoudou, please. Oh, big DP. Again, even DP's hurt against damage sin. Nice. Goes for throw, well tacked. Deciding to play it cool. Jumps about. Good denial to JH, but no combo. Baits the DP. Gonna be a massive punish. Does have the meter in the bag. I think Snifoudou can kill, but the gravity messed up the combo. Oh no! Wait, because Aero hits like a goddamn truck. You've tied it up. Oh, it's a trade. Yeah, that super has no iframes, and the DP not gonna kill. No follow up. 1 HP aside. Oh, chip. Oh, Stormbreaker from Aero down to the wire in that situation. But Aero will be taking it. Continuing the losers run to meet RubyPrison yet again. Here we are, grand finals, last set of the night. And yeah, I have put something on the match arena. Don't worry about it. It is $10. I've already got it set up. You can look at it right now. Yeah, $10 on the line, folks. $10, $10. Gonna be exciting. Gonna be an exciting set for sure. We've got the damage basin. We see this build played with Giovanna into the RubyPrison set earlier. Except now it's Sin, who has a DP, so a little bit scarier for a Rika character. Up against Sustain. I'm being stupid. Sustain Elphelt. That's what it is. Sustain Elphelt with a little bit of poison. This is Lifestrike Elphelt. This is Abrams Elphelt. Oh wait, no, this is like a Calico build. No, think about it. This is a Calico build. Look at this. Very fast. Very sustainful. And very damaging. Especially the current buffs, my goodness. But 1-0 in RubyPrison. Already on a roll. Alright, 1-0 to RubyPrison. My goodness, what a build. When will you see Biking Yamato builds? Oh, wait, are you saying like you do hard spirit but a little bit of hybrid? So it'd be like a meter gain build with sustain? Oh no, that doesn't sound fun. That doesn't. Oh dude, that's infinite gun super. That's what that build is. That's what that build is. You just do gun super. Oh, very nice. Yeah, getting a lot of damage off. The surprising thing about the sustain build for Elphelt is that it's damaging. It's surprisingly damaging. Yeah, my goodness. Alright, 2 weeks. It's happening. Again, I encourage anybody to take part in this. I want to see a Potemkin. That's step number 1. I want to see a Potemkin build that is just raw damage or health. Either or. I want to see something interesting. Oi. Don't want 6p. Able to strike back, gaining back so much health whilst deleting it at the same time. Danger time. Oh, gets a DP. Gets the overhead into the Tyrant. That's going to be a lot of damage. Yeah, damage sent out like a truck. Close slash, staggering. Denies with a 2k, beautifully done. Bomb left side, bomb right side. Denies with the DP. That health sustain. Did what it could, but can't do a whole lot against RC. Guaranteed combo there. Boom. And we're tied up 1-1. Infinite danger time? Potentially. Potentially. Oh, because both players are so scared to play into each other's builds, man. Good defense. Counter at 2H. Oh no, that's a massive combo here. For Aero, no meter in the bag, otherwise it did so much more damage. Especially that counter hit, but no counter hit builds for either side, just positive bonus. That's how they like it. But Aero, she's able to take the dub. We're tied up 1-1. How will RubyPrison respond? Alright, here we are, 1-1. Gonna see who will take the lead. Yet again, we are seeing that a lot of the time RubyPrison is kind of dominating it. But the thing that does suck, the sustain, is good, but damage is damage, and able to overpower that is certainly something else. Oh, he should be dead. Beautifully done with the 2H. Nice bit of patience, gets caught by the 6P, good counter hit. Jumps in, staggering, going for the shot. Want to hold that screen space, not let the approach happen, but here we go, getting it going. Overhead into the pick up with the burst to deny. Good jump! Goes for the left side with the bomb, denies the airspace with the 6P, just like that. RubyPrison got the corner, baits the DP. It can hit very hard. Poison's really good on multi-hit characters, like said earlier. So it does make sense, and we're seeing Elphelt pay off to that to a high degree. Gonna be death. 2-1. RubyPrison only needs one more to win the second Strivelock. Alright, here we go, we're back to it. RubyPrison only needs one more game. And Aero needs to make the comeback. Hey, what's good? The raid from GGST Dutch. Hope you guys have been having a lovely time. I did note that. I did note you guys were on. Hope your bi-weekly was awesome and had a good time. But we are here. Final set of grand finals of Strivelock, where we've got the build of LIFESTEAL Elphelt up against Damage Sin. Ooh. It does look like Aero might cause the comeback. Jumping about. Gets the far slash, good combo. Should be able to take it to the wall. That's a lot of damage. Will the hidden king tie it up? Massive throw from Aero. Yeah, good read on the defense, and just like that, 2-2. Could be seen a reset in Strivelock too. Alright, here we go, 2-2. Could be the last game of tonight, or it could lead into an entirely new set between these two competitors. I can't wait. I cannot wait. But we're already seeing RubyPrison off to the races, getting a lot off the table. Played SCF. Hey. Oh, 2K2D. Getting a throw. Staggering away. Does have to play against the bar, and Elphelt gonna get caught. Yeah. I don't think you'd want a double bracket in a bracketless, you know? It's like, the normal Guilty Gear bracket, and it's just like, wait, belts? What? What am I dealing with? Whoa! What am I punished? Oh, I try to bait the YRC. Denies it, tries to get in. Keeping the record pressure on, not worried about the DP. HP is low, but baits it. And RubyPrison on set point. Will Life Strike be the build to take the dub? No. Nice. Shooting away, holding the screen space. Oi, blocking up. Good JP. Decides to play cool, but the denial, 6P right back at ya. No, far slash! Wait, that's huge! Oh, what a backdash! And because of that, Aero's stuck in a awful predicament where she has to guess in the high-low. It's gonna be Bum Bum, YRC, good usage of the meter, but the 6P right back at you. We've RPS this so many times! OTG isn't enough DP! Aero has an opportunity to bring it back. Goes overhead. No meter on this side. Go burst! This is panicky, but the backdash into the tech throw. Tries to avoid it, then want to get chipped out, and the 6P is what's gonna end it. Aero, unfortunately, out in second place, but your champion of Strivelock 2 is RubyPrison with the Elphelt, Lifestrike Elphelt, taking it 3-2. Congratulations! Gets a cool image and everything. Oh my god, and if you guys enjoy, be sure to let me know, like and sub, follow and all that good stuff. I want to see what your favorite builds are, and I want to see more builds in the next couple of weeks from there. I just had fun with this, and I hope you guys enjoy.